Hi Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing you guys first, besides the fact that it's your birthday. We do have Mercury going retrograde in your first house and Venus egressing into your second house in Sagittarius, which is going to be a beautiful combination to support you guys with. So this is how this reading is going to work. I'm going to pull some cards for your first house, which is where you're going to have Mercury retrograding. Those of you guys who are on YouTube, most of you guys understand the deal with Mercury retrograde. It's a time for everything, like revisit, renew, reconnect, reconciliations, things like that. But it's also this idea of reckoning, right? Of where we're figuring out things that maybe haven't been working up to this point for us and what we need to do, what adjustments we need to make to really serve our ultimate good. And this Mercury retrograde happens to be incredibly positive. I love all Mercury retrogrades. I have so much Mercury in me. I am like the poster child. Yeah, look, maybe a couple of communication snafus, who cares? Some travel issues, just be careful. And this isn't really a time to try anything new, brand new. But besides that, it's about a big pause button being pressed. And it's making you look at some really profound things. I'm not going to get into all the beautiful aspects, and there is some challenging big deal. Mars is in there. That's life. It's the ebb and flow. But let's focus totally on the good. Moving forward with this Venus support, let's see what you're going to be looking at. And then we're going to take a look at your love life. So we're going to do if you're love single, if you're not in love at all with anybody, if you're coupled in love, or if you're in love complicated. So we're going to take a look at all of those. So I'm going to pull a few cards first for this first house placement of Mercury for you, and what's going to be retrograding, meaning what are you going to be really looking at. And in this first house, it's about the lens through which you perceive the world. This is about your goals and what you ultimately want. You know, it's the focus that you bring to your life. It really is this quest. It really is this quest. And that's just such a good way of thinking of it. How you meet life in general, right? There's some indications of physical vitality and physical appearance here too with this first house. So some of you might be wanting to change the way you look, you know, but you're really going to be thinking about all of these things. Like, how do I look at life? Is how I've been doing life and where I've been aiming, you know, is it the right thing for me? And if you feel like you're on the right path, you're looking at, you know, am I appreciating everything that I have? Is there an area where maybe I could do even better? Am I looking at a big enough picture for myself? Now, this next row I'm going to be pulling with it is this supporting Venus in the second house. So this is all about your innate wealth, right? What you value, what you possess, what you hope to possess. What you consider security for you, things that you attach yourself to. So these are all very important things to consider when you're talking about that first house, right? Because the second house is really about your capabilities that you own, that you want to further develop. And when we're dealing with this first house of self, these are beautiful things to really be approached from a very positive mindset. And with Venus in there, this is absolutely beautiful. Venus has been hanging out in not such a great part of the sky. Now, Sagittarius, it's you know, they call these, you know, benefic and malefic. This is very benefic placement. So let's check out your Mercury retrograde. And this is the part of you that you're just going to be pressing the pause button and saying, hold up. Now, we got the Emperor. This is just like, how am I controlling my life? So this is you asking, how am I in control of my life? Am I leading my life in the way that I really want? You know, this is you thinking about and really analyzing. This Four of Wands energy is all about celebration and engagement, commitment, marriage. This is about you really looking at the positive aspects of your life and really figuring out what things are present in your life that might be preventing you from this Four of Wands energy, this Four of Wands celebratory energy, this deepening of commitment energy, this commitment in the first place, this success. Like, what might be holding you back from there? And if you're in a Four of Wands space, maybe you just got engaged, maybe you just got married, right? This is you really pressing the pause button to look at, I feel really happy right now. How can I make sure that this continues? I understand that there are ups and downs in life, but what's a fundamental thing that I need to really implement to make sure that this level of internal satisfaction remains, right? I mean, because in that way it is a general reading. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is all about thievery, right? But sometimes it's also about, and that's such a heavy bomb to throw down on this card. But think about seven are swords. It's truth. And there is an inherent dishonesty and thievery about this. With it dealing with your first house of Mercury retrograde, this is you getting deep, deep, Scorpio, and you asking yourself, where have I maybe not been very honest with myself in my life? You know, am I really being dead ass honest with myself about where I'm going and what I want? Do I want what I want because I want it, or am I saying that I want what I want because somebody else wants me to want it? You know, am I staying where I'm staying because it's more convenient and I don't want to change? I know I have to change. I feel it push, because this is a thing. Without getting too technical and into the other aspects, because this is primarily a Mercury, Venus, and love reading in tarot. And I'm going to get into the more specific aspects when I do the next readings for the end of November. But you're not going to be able to stay in whatever it is whatever it is you might want to stay in that's no longer serving you. It's going to be really hard. And this might create a feeling of this Two of Pentacles energy is, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I do this? Should I do that? Totally normal. Listen, and this is really great, because this means you're pressing the pause button to really pay attention to, are there any areas in your life that maybe you're not being completely honest with yourself. You're taking a really hard look at all of your opportunities right now, any opportunities in front of you. If you don't feel like you have any opportunities, this tells me that you're going to be creating them, that you understand you need to create opportunities in order for this Emperor energy to come to fruition for you. Now let's look at the Venus line. Now I love Venus. Those of you guys are tarot people, right? If you're watching my channel, you guys are tarot people. I want you to think about, because this is how I think about it. I've never heard anybody else say this, but this is just how I think. I think that Venus is the pentacle, okay, in tarot. Because as I always say, yes, the pentacle is money, it's resources, but it's also how we do connection, how we show up, how we support each other emotionally, physically, mentally. It's how we do connection. It's connection, right? And that's very much Venus. So Venus is money and resources, but it is also this idea of connection. Right? And we say love and yeah, but you know what? So is the moon, right? The moon is our emotions, and Venus is our emotions too. It does deal more with like intimate connections. So I do want to just mention that, right? Because you guys are tarot people. But let's see how Venus is going to be helping you out. Now, Venus is, again, going to be ingressing in Sagittarius in your second house, right? Which is naturally associated with Venus and Taurus, the second house. So you have a lot of support here. There's a lot of support, very practical support here in helping you figure out the best version of yourself. So we have the Page of Swords. I love this. Venus is going to be giving you some truth bombs, you know, to open up this next cycle of your life in the best possible way. All of a sudden, ideas are going to be occurring to you. You're going to be realizing things about yourself and where you want to go, you know, completely positive. Yeah, I really like it. And then the Page of Pentacles reverse. So this just tells me that you're really going to be identifying areas in your life that you don't feel supported in. And Venus is going to help you identify those areas so that you could make adjustments. Is it, you know, in the second house, again, this is not only for intimate relationships. This could be, maybe you don't feel supported in the workplace. Maybe you don't feel supported in you know, the path that you were on in school, or a friend relationship, or even within your family. And this is, Venus is pushing you to really see this in the most beautiful way, in a gentle, loving, beautiful way. Venus is going to help you understand and identify the areas in your life that you don't feel supported in, that are getting in the way of you being able to evolve into that best sense of self that's happening in that first house for you. Love it. The Hangman. I love this because this is Venus is going to be giving you a great big hug while you're hanging in the Hangman energy, while you're waiting, while you're pressing that pause button and you're looking at everything. You're not making any decisions right now. Okay? Now, I know that a lot of information gets passed around about Mercury retrograde, and I believe it's all very, very well intended, and I think the great majority of it is fantastic. However, when it comes to making decisions, brand new decisions about something brand spanking new might want to be handled with a little more caution. But we have to live life, right? Mercury's retrograde half our life. But I do believe that we have the blessing of making decisions about things that we've been dealing with for quite a while. Okay? And I feel like Venus is certainly going to be pushing you, supporting you in this energy to really look at things and to really figure out, what do you feel really positive about? What do you feel really not so positive about? And what are you on the fence about? And that's the tough one, is the one, I kind of like it. I think I might want it. I'm not sure. I think I kind of, and there's a lot of this energy. We had a black moon last weekend. It was just kind of like, everybody's kind of in this, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Can't figure it out kind of thing. But then we have the Six of Wands, right? So the Six of Wands, listen, there is a time where you need to move away from something that's not serving your highest good, right? It's just simply the way it is, where you need to face the truth about you needing to move away from something that's not really serving you. But the beauty here is that you're going to feel so supported when you do this. There's going to be a definitive identification of, you know what? I don't feel the same anymore. Scorpio, a lot of you guys are going to be feeling that, where it's almost going to hit you out of the blue, but not in like a negative, nasty way. It's like, I'm not feeling this anymore. I really want to move to this next space. So this really is you getting very much, the combination of these two tell me that you're pressing the pause button. And once you press the pause button, you're very, very much getting in touch with what it is that you really see for yourself, that you really want for yourself in relationships and connections, in your career. Because that first house is no joke. That's all of it. That's all of it, right? It's what you do. It's what you do. It's how you roll in your life, what you do for a living, the relationships that you have in your life, how you show up, how you view responsibility, how you view yourself. There's this internal, external element about this first house energy. So let's pull some cards for love. And we're first going to start with those of you who are single, okay? And let's see what kind of messages. Whoa, Two of Cups. Two of Cups building. Okay, you guys are meeting somebody. You guys are meeting somebody. Yeah. And I do want to say, and I should have prefaced this before, these energies that I'm reading for, and this is what I meditated on in my pre-shuffle, is once this Mercury retrograde does her thing, right, where we're having the Mercury retrograde with the support of Venus, what's the love life going to be looking like, okay? So and the reason I do it, just because Mercury retrograde, it's not the best time to meet new people, start brand new things. So for those of you who have been single, you're not with anyone. This is not about you were with somebody and you broke up last month and you guys are going to reconnect. Now these are for people where you really don't have anyone in your sphere. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bring anybody in brand new during Mercury retrograde. It can be wonderful, but the energies just typically don't support it really lasting. But we have a Two of Cups energy, and I really love this because this is about sharing. This is about a meeting of the minds, having things in common, feeling like, wow, I like that I'm not exhausted after I hang out with this person kind of thing. It's this, feeling of excitement that when you see them. But it's a sharing of emotions. And it's the sharing of, what you're each looking for. There's this definitive sort of opening of a door here. I just see this door opening. With the Empress energy, she is the mother of the tarot. So this is all about seeds being planted and cultivated and brought to fruition. This is about growth. The Empress is very much a growth card. So to have this aside the Two of Cups indicates to me very, very clearly that those of you who are single right now and you have no one in your sphere, if you keep yourself open and you're open to this, right? Because if you have that metaphorical do not disturb sign all over you, people are not going to approach you. It's just not going to happen, right? But those of you who are open, and I know a lot of you are, this is absolutely positive. And then with the Emperor energy, some of you might be meeting in Aries, but the Emperor is beautiful, especially because we did get this in what you're going to be working on in your Mercury retrograde, right? With the support of Venus. This is about you really getting in touch with what works for you, what doesn't work for you, how you can take ownership of your life. And I feel like this is you taking ownership and having the resolve and just saying to yourself, you know what? I want to be in a relationship now. I'm ready. I'm ready to open up. I'm ready to open up. Any pain that I've had from anyone in the past is not this new person's fault. It's not the next person's fault. Not everybody is bad. This is you really take, the Emperor is the leader of the tarot, right? It's the leader. Aries is the leader of the zodiac, right? This is about being in charge, taking charge. I really like it. And then with the Queen of Cups, this is such a healthy energy to have in a relationship reading, because the queens are about autonomy, right? Queens are about really functioning as an independent individual, right? In your own skin, right? But within a relationship. Now, obviously this can go for any relationship, but because this is specifically for love, this is recognizing that you have your own space in the world, that you have your own wants and desires and your own goals. Maybe you just came out of a situation where you were very codependent. Or maybe you just finally healed after a very, troubling, maybe narcissistic relationship. Something like that, but where you came out of a period of growth saying, you know what? I know how to make myself happy. I want to be with someone because I would like to be partnered. I don't want to be with someone because I need to be with somebody, because I need financial security, or I need a roof over my head, or I need to feel attracted, or attractive to somebody, to have my ego fed. It's because you just straight up, in the healthiest way, just really enjoy doing stuff with somebody you care about, like sharing life. Making dinner, going to the movies, going to bed together, waking up together, doing the little things in life, going on vacation. It's all just so much more beautiful when we're doing it with somebody that we love and we care about. And that's, Scorpio, those of you who are single, oh my gosh, this is so positive. This is so positive. I absolutely love every single card here. There's not a card here that I don't like. I have a very good feeling about you guys as we enter into the holiday season. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful energies to support you guys meeting somebody new. Yeah, I wish you the best. I really wish you the best, guys. Until next time, for those of you who are singles, please stick around if you want to see the other ones as well. For those who are coupled, we're going to do coupled next. So this next poll is going to be for those of you who are happily coupled. You're just really loving your person. You feel like you're in the right place with the right person. They're your guy, they're your girl, they're your person. And that's it. Well, let's get some messages, some advice, right? Because we could always still use advice on how to make things even better, things to look at. Some things you might be struggling with as a couple. Ooh, the Empress again. Oh my gosh, that's who I just shuffled these. What the heck? All right, what's up? That's so funny because I did just shuffle. You guys saw, okay, well, a little different here. Still entirely beautiful. Those of you who are happily coupled are very happily coupled. Now, the only thing I could say is that I do get Scorpio, those of you who are happily coupled. There's this Five of Pentacles energy at play here. So this can play out a couple of different ways. Maybe you and your partner together as a couple are having some financial issues. But I'm getting that it's not as bad as you think it might be. But I think that you guys just might need to sit down and revisit how you do finances, how you do your everyday, what you allocate money to. Because there is this money issue here. But now that could be issues, right? at the same time, it could equally be, let's just talk about this pentacle energy. It could be you guys saving. The reason I'm saying saving is because while we have the Five of Pentacles, next to us we have the Empress, which is all about planting seeds and growing. So this is about, you know, you guys saving money for a house, you guys saving money to upgrade your home. This is really creating a lot of new memories together. Maybe you're saving for a trip. Maybe you're saving for a family. Maybe you guys are newly pregnant, or you're trying to become pregnant, and you're trying to figure out what your life is going to look like, you know, resources, and from the very pragmatic standpoint, what is it going to look like? Okay. So that could certainly be it. Now, for others of you, even though you're very happy with your partner and they are seemingly very happy with you, there's this sense of lack in the area of emotional, physical, or mental support in one of those areas within your relationship. So maybe you guys are not connecting as much as you would like intimately. Maybe you're not going out as much, like on as many dinners, like romantic connections. Maybe you're not communicating quite as effectively as you normally do. And one of you or both of you are just feeling like slightly out of sync with each other, you know? Just kind of, yeah, just feeling very, like, a little out of sync. But I feel like the Two of Cups energy, I don't feel like this is going to be a thing. I think there's going to be recognition, and you guys are going to figure out a way. If this has to do with that last narrative that I just said, you guys are going to be figuring out what's necessary to fix it. You're going to be figuring out, you know what, if we don't have money to go out, let's have a carpet picnic. Let's have an intimate night in. Let's just, you know, do something that doesn't require a lot of money. If money's not an issue, it's you guys making a concerted effort to make the time in your schedule. You know, to just change priorities a little bit, because you guys are communicating what you need. You know, you're communicating what you really need. And this is the thing, even though Mercury is retrograde and it normally inhibits communication, those of you who saw my reading for the first 2 weeks of November, I do indicate a couple of days that are very, very positive for beautiful, beautiful communication. It doesn't mean communication shuts down, especially with this Venus ingress in Sagittarius in your second house. I actually think this is going to be a beautiful time for you guys to communicate about things that maybe have been building up that you haven't really wanted to talk about. Don't be afraid to address it just because Mercury's retrograde. Don't do it. Because you guys, I feel like, you know, what this is all going to culminate to is this Emperor energy and this, you know, when you think about the Emperor is a leader. And what makes for a really good transformational leader is the ability to be empathetic, the ability to reason, to compromise, right? And so I feel like those of you who are coupled, you might have a little something with this Pentacle energy. So if it's not that, you might be in a little need of money, you might be saving money, or you might be feeling a little some lack of support. But again, the Five of Pentacles energy is more mental than anything else. It's feeling a sense of lack, right? Really is what it is. It's like this poverty mindset, but when it comes to feeling supported or having everything that you need, right? So those of you who are saving because of this, because remember, you know, the Five of Pentacles goes into the 6, 7, and 8 of Pentacles, which is all about saving and growing, right? So there's this recognition here in the Five of Pentacles energy that, you know what, we need to look at our finances and figure out how we can, you know, grow, and, you know, just so that we have what we need. So either one, whether it's real money or whether it's emotional, physical connection. But either way, I love it. It's absolutely fabulous. I mean, the Empress, the Two of Cups, and the Emperor, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Now let's go on to those of you who are complicated. It just seems like so many complicated relationships, right? So many complicated. It's like as unique as our fingerprint, right? That's okay. That's all right. No big deal. All right, let's just cut these. Okay. By the way, I always cut my cards. I mean, I think most of you know that, but I always cut even before I turn the camera on. Okay. All right. Let's any messages for Scorpio, complicated Seven of Wands. Okay. Somebody's feeling defensive. All right. All right. So naturally, because it's complicated, I need to pull more cards, right? Wheel of Fortune. Three Cups. I like it. The Cups. Okay, good. I like it. All right, so you're going to be feeling, you know, a little Seven of Wandy for a little bit. That's a little defensive. A little defensive of your own land here, okay? Page of Swords, though, is going to come in. Page of Swords is about a new cycle with a fresh perspective. Six of Pentacles is about being supportive of each other. Whether it has to do with resources, regular resources, you know, when I say regular resources, I mean money or any other, you know, investments, whatever. But also mental, emotional, and physical. You're going to be in a space where you're going to feel a little imprisoned in your own mind right now. And that's perfectly natural, just so that you know. Very, very natural for you to feel like this. Because if you're in a complicated space and we're in Mercury retrograde, even though we have Venus ingress in Sagittarius here, there's still going to be a sense of lack of forward movement, right? Where we're not going to be able to fully see absolutely everything. We're just not going to have all the information, guys. It's just the way the energy is right now. And that's going to put you in a space of fear. And you just want to be careful of that if you find yourself in a complicated relationship where you're feeling that, where you guys are, you know, there is arguing, where there is this need to defend, but then I feel like there is some sort of resolution where this new phase, this new way of speaking, of framing reality, this new truth is going to be coming out. And then we have the Six of Pentacles energy, which is very positive. It's about support, but it's, you're feeling that, I'm surprised we don't have the Seven of Cups energy here, but you're feeling like you're really not sure. And the Wheel of Fortune is another, I'm really not sure, because this is a card of fate. This is like the Wheel Lady Luck at Vegas, right? So it could go very positive or very negative. I like to say everything is always positive, even if we don't like it in the moment. It's always ultimately for higher good. But to have this Eight of Swords followed by this Wheel of Fortune, we just don't have all the information. But guys, we have the Three of Cups energy. We have the Three of Cups, which is about celebrating, you know? This is the card of celebration. But then we have the Eight of Cups. So this is you understanding that you need to walk away from the way that a cycle has been up until now, right? Because you understand what's necessary for this connection to be healthy with this Queen of Pentacles. You understand what's necessary for emotional, physical, and mental connection. You understand what's necessary as far as resources go. You feeling, you know, you have identified this, Scorpio. But I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's just not completely on the same page with you in this way, and you're feeling the need to very much rectify this, right? But the Magician is going to be making it happen. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at this. Yes, I love it. I love all of it. Even the Ten of Wands. Let's start with this. You want to put the wands down. You're tired. You're very ready to end this cycle, and you're ready to make whatever needs to happen to get this relationship back on track. You're very ready to do it because you know that this person, you're supposed to be with this person, Scorpio. We have the Sun. This is the most positive card in the deck. It lightened all of the negative cards around it in the spread. So I like the Ten of Wands because the Ten of Wands is like, I'm done with this. I'm done with the complicated space. I'm done with purgatory. I'm done with, let's just figure this out. This is you having the resolve to just figure it out. So I feel like you go from a space of feeling a little disillusioned, very back and forth energy. I feel like you're fighting you back together. You're fighting you back together. You're happy. You're not happy. There are issues identified, but I feel like, yeah, going into the holidays, you guys are going to be figuring out. You got the Sun in the middle. Man, how beautiful is that? Yeah. All right, Scorpio, I hope this was a little helpful for you guys. Gave you a thing or two to think about. Obviously, this is not going to apply in every aspect to everyone, but certainly the archetypes and the house placements are exactly where everything is going to be at for you guys during this time in the sky. And this is a very positive Mercury retrograde. So, hallelujah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.